Hello and welcome to this YourPMO introduction video. This video is going to show you around what YourPMO is and how you can use it to help deliver your projects. It's the same technology that we use in our live edition Project in a Box and also small team and enterprise editions that are used by our corporate customers, either hosted themselves or hosted by us. But it's slightly narrowed down to make it focused on a single user. So we simplify some of the functions, take away a lot of the administration, and it's just for you. Standardized methods, standardized reporting that you can just pick up and use straight away out of the box on your projects. So most people tend to use it from the browser predominantly, with occasional use of the Windows application. So that's what I'm going to show you. We're going to run through the browser. So I'm logged in here, and I can come to my dashboard and see the projects that I'm working on, and I can have those grouped into what we call portfolios as well for different types of customers that I might be engaging with. The current project that I've got selected here, I can see some data for it and for some of the other projects as well that are automatically generated and stored in our database as you work through the project materials. We can jump to the navigation for this project, which is a point and click interface, which makes it very simple to interact with in a browser and also on portable devices like smartphones and tablets. Divided up into a number of areas to make it easy to navigate. So we've got delivery here. If I click into a process, I see the documentation associated with that process. As I come down through that content, if it can, and it does for most things, it will preview the files for you, the most common types of files that are used on projects. You get a preview of the latest available version of the file, so you can read that, see what it means. That'll show you that for emails and Word and Excel files and all those sorts of things. If you want to make changes to content, you can do that depending on the type of file in different ways. So our own file types, PBX and Planner, you can edit live in the browser. Just like this, we can come and put some new content in and save and close it, and that is then included, of course, in the latest preview, and of course is built into the audit trail, the changing of those versions as we go through. Other files like Word and Excel and things like that, of course, you will need to bring them down to your desktop or have an application available to edit those files. So some you can edit in the browser directly, others you'll need to bring down and edit. But the idea here is that it steps you through that process. So when we're in Start, it's showing us everything we need for Start. As we come through to managing the project, we see the different set of documentation that we need and perhaps some documentation for the particular stages that we've broken our project down into, etc. And as we come through, for example, to close, it's a different set of documentation we need, acceptance records and project reports. So it takes you through that process as you need it, step by step. It includes a whole load of templates. You can, of course, add any new materials in as you want to go along and collect those as part of your project documentation. All of that is indexed for searching as well. So you can go in and find references to things really easily. You can drag and drop to add all your content onto here as well. So it's really easy to put everything into one place. As you've seen, you can include emails and all sorts of things there. Behind the scenes, the system is, like I say, doing lots of things with the data for you. So as I've updated my plans and risks and issues, that's loaded into the database, and I can come over here to see the latest available view of that. So here are the tasks on this project. It's actually got two plans in it, two separate plan files, which you can do if you want to. So if a supplier sends your plan, you can drop that in as well. And we can do that at the project level. We can go up and do that across the portfolio as well. So we can glue together the plans from all of the different projects that we're working on. Now we can see a number of different plans showing up in the same place. And we can do some standard sorts of analysis on this data then. And we can have thousands of tasks, of course, in this sort of view. I can pick the standard analysis here to come and look for things like overdue tasks. And that'll go away and get me just those overdues out of the whole set of project activities or portfolio activities in this case. So really useful for getting quickly to those key things that you're interested in. The same thing happens with risks and issues. It also generates my resource profiles for me as well. And that data, alongside other things that you've been collecting, perhaps from spreadsheets like finances and benefits and things like that, can be loaded through into reporting automatically. So I can simply click on the button here, get my report come up. This is a standard project statement report, which is pre-configured to bring through some trend information about statuses, some latest properties, plans and risks and issues, overdue tasks, benefit trending, etc. all into the one place. I can go and change to a different report if I want to by picking it from the list up here. So really easy to use. This is, there are some training videos, but most of it's pretty straightforward. Point and click and you can work out how it's all going to work. So that's navigating from the browser. Those are the main sort of things that are here. It's about standardizing the documentation, collecting all the things that you need in your project, being able to generate analysis against task risks, issues, resources for those, trend analysis about things changing over time, and then report on that. Of course, your reports can be, if you want them to be, published into Word files so that you can then print and share it with your customer. So dead easy to do all that sort of stuff. That's in the browser interface. Like I say, there's also a Windows application which allows you to integrate really nicely with your desktop. So you can integrate directly with your local Outlook for sending and receiving things. You can have checkout and check-in of files nice and easily managed from your desktop, and it's exactly the same sort of idea. So we can come to the same project here and we'll see a very similar process diagram. It'll take us through and offers all the same sorts of activities that we saw before, and we're seeing exactly the same content that we saw before in the file structures. But obviously some people, if you're working on a Windows device like a laptop or a desktop, you'll get a nicer, neater experience from the Windows app. And it's your choice. They both connect over the internet back to your secure hosted server. And in fact, as you can see, I'm logged into both here at the same time. And that's quite a common mode. One running on your laptop, the other one you can access immediately from your smartphone, whenever you've got internet access. And pricing for your PMO, it's not going to cost you the earth either. It's available in 3 different packages: personal monthly, which is a monthly renewable subscription, which is £12 a month; personal annual, which is an annual renewable subscription, which is £99 a year. And you can also buy a multi-user platform of this for 30 users, starting at £3,000 per year. And that's essentially what we call our live edition. That's with all the functionality for security and administration switched back on, so for team working. So that's basically how it works. You buy it here from the link, and we send you your account details pre-populated, set up for you with an example project and all the training materials to go. So I hope you found it useful. If you've got any further questions, do just drop us a line. Thank you very much.